There we go. Okay, live. Yeah, I just needed to put the intro music on to kind of uh give me time to start the game. I just needed to put the intro music. All right, mic is working and we're good. So where did we leave off? I can't even remember. I think I was trying to do like a record on ground. I watched a video of somebody who got like 700 meters per second or something on the runway, and it made me want to try a similar design, and it made me realize something really interesting about control surfaces and how to make something extremely stable using multiple control surfaces. And it's something we're going to experiment with. I don't know where we are. Oh, we're at the end of the runway. What happens if I do recover vessel? We go revert to launch. What happens? We can't go revert to launch. Okay. So let's go vehicle assembly building. Yeah, there's something very like messed up with the way vehicles are recovered, and it causes a severe land speeder. This is what I was working on last night. I worked on this thing for like an hour and a half. But it comes from a design that I saw on Reddit. These two wings right here help stabilize the entire thing. It causes a little bit of drag, obviously, but the stabilization, you can see we're at 400, 500, and we're still pretty stable right now. 600. Yeah. It makes it much more stable. Yeah. Look at that gimbaling. But that's that. That's what we were working on last night. I didn't stream it. I think I recorded one of those launches, but oh, I forgot to change the title of the stream. I think we're on Kerbal stream number 6, right? Let me check. It's easy to change that. Yeah. So there we go. I had 2 number 5 Kerbal Space Program, but I changed the thumbnail. I just forgot to change the title. That's all. All right. So as for our goals right now, we still want to get to Duna. And if I recall, this is the save. It might be the save. Hold on. No, I think this is a completely fresh save. Let's go back to main menu. I want to try and get that giant station we launched yesterday into Duna orbit. And that may take some time, but that's a good goal. Yeah, I called it tendies. There we go. Duna Station Mark 6-1. But now we should be able to get this thing into Duna's orbit But first, we need to accelerate time. And unfortunately, I don't think we can actually do that from here. Because the problem is, Duna is not where we need it to be. Duna is almost on the opposite side of the sun. Right? We need Duna to be somewhere right here. And unfortunately, I can't speed up time. I'm not going to revert to VAB. I don't know how to make it so I can speed up time beyond that speed. I think this is what we need to do. Hold on. Hold on. We need to get our station orbiting at a higher orbit. Right? We need this thing orbiting at a higher apoapsis. So let's get our apoapsis and periapsis over 200, maybe. We got to do a full orbit. Coming back down. All right, now we can burn retrograde or prograde. What am I talking about? Yeah, if we burn... No. We need to go to our... What am I doing? We need to go to our apoapsis, not our periapsis. You know, we should have pointed retrograde. Because that would have pointed us prograde at the apoapsis. If you're pointing retrograde at the periapsis and you make no adjustments at all, then at the apoapsis you'll be pointing prograde. It's a very interesting thing to recognize. But yeah, as for this thing can definitely get to Duna. Gonna get periapsis above 200. We're gonna flip again. And we're gonna speed up time. And I'm kind of exploiting the fact that you stop rotating when you speed up time, just to make this go a little faster. There we go. That's a very stable orbit at 213. Almost identical apoapsis and periapsis. I don't understand why we can't go 10,000 speed. I think something's messed up with the game. You know what? Let's just crank it. We've got so much delta V, it's like it doesn't matter. You know, we may have to yeah. Let's slingshot the mun right now. We already stabilized our orbit with the mun, so we're on the same. There we go. We're on the same plane as the mun. All right, let's get this slingshot going. You know, this is actually a slingshot in the opposite direction. I don't think we want to actually do this maneuver. I'm just starting to realize. We want to slingshot the mun when it's over here. Yeah, see, it keeps saying approaching Kerbin. It's very annoying. All right, let's slingshot the mun in the correct direction. Yes, the direction does matter when you're slingshotting. It will either slow you down in solar orbit or it will speed you up. And you can check that by seeing how it's still. Please let me. Okay, there we go. I think we waited a little bit too long. Yeah, we did. All right, well, that's a decent trajectory, right? Like, we're not losing energy, at least. See how our apoapsis is farther out? Yeah. That means we're going to accelerate. There we go. That's a pretty good slingshot trajectory. We'll gain that amount of energy. And then we'll be able to use that to burn retrograde here in order to reach the mun. I think we can do this. It's going to be very interesting because I've never tried to do a direct burn to Duna before, but we have 14,000 delta V, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like to be able to do a maneuver like that. All right, let's go maneuver node. I can't make it go any faster than this. It rotates pretty quick for something its size. Like that's pretty quick. Like we did put did we put Werner engines here? No, we just have the, what are these called again? That's bugging out. Place anywhere 7. Whatever. We have the RCS thrusters all the way down here. And then we have them up here as well around this ramp. See right here? Yeah, I can't change the, like if I middle click this, it doesn't change my focus. It's just, my focus is centered somewhere around here. I'm sure we could change the, no. It's still like the center of gravity or something. I don't know. I like the celestial camera. All right, let's speed up to the node. There's the Mun. All right, let's crank it. Full tilt burn for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. But luckily, this being Kerbal Space Program 2, we can do this. Oh, it's beautiful. Look, we're accelerating while we're going faster in time while we're accelerating. You can't do that in Kerbal Space Program 1, which leads to you needing to sit there for 5 minutes during really long burns. Still not there. Still got to keep burning. We're gaining tons of energy by doing this. This slight burn. Yeah. That's what we want. See, we're heading in, we're slingshotting the Mun, and we're slingshotting it in a way that makes us head in the direction that Kerbin is orbiting the sun. Yeah. So now we need to wait for it to calculate our trajectory. We'll watch our slingshot. This is what the slingshot's gonna look like. The Mun's coming, we get sucked into its rotational and gravitational field. We get pulled along with it, and bam, slingshot it. Shit, are we gonna hit? No, there's no way we're gonna hit min-miss. That's close though. Woo, that's getting close. That's getting very close. We could do an orbit around min-miss. Now, our trajectory, our velocity going this direction is way too fast. It would take a lot to slow us down. You don't need to slingshot the Mun in order to get to min-miss. Oh, that's close. Woo! That was very close. We wouldn't have, it would have just altered our trajectory slightly. We wouldn't have orbited back down or anything. It wouldn't have flung us in the opposite direction. If we got really close to it, it may have done that. All right, now that we're in solar orbit, I'm gonna save. And I'm going to set Duna. I don't want to set Ike as target. If I focus it, zoom in all the way. There we go. Set Duna as target. That's what Ike looks like. Damn, Duna looks crazy. Look at those poles. Very nice. All right, now how do I get back to focusing on my ship? Focus next vessel is bracket key. Okay, that didn't work. I pressed left and right bracket. Reset camera home. Ah, the home button is what does it. Okay, so we can focus ourselves here now. I'm assuming I can press M. Okay, now I can't scroll wheel. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. It's just going really slowly. All right, so we have Duna set as our target. Based on the way we're orbiting, we're gonna catch up to it. Now I should be able to, I did save the game. We should be able to speed up time a lot. See, I'm trying to catch it. I'm wondering if burning here would be a good idea. And then we catch it on the other side of the sun. Let's check. Let's see what we can do here. There, look. That's where we'll intercept and it'll be ahead of us. So if we wait, because we're still going slightly faster. If we wait until, say, here, there you go. Got it. Now I have no idea what's going on. But it seems like we're going to enter its sphere of influence here. And then exit it here. Now, the way I used to do this was I used to focus the planet and then alter the maneuver node while focusing the planet. But I don't think we can do that. So we gotta get ready for this burn. Which is gonna be in 7 minutes? That's not correct. That's not correct at all. 7 minutes. That is not correct. That's going to be in like 2 months. See, we're trying to catch up to it, and we are catching up to it. See, this is where Kerbin and Duna are the closest together. But we couldn't speed up time. We had to launch. All right, it seems like we're getting close now. It looks like the start burn timer is limited to 5 hours. And it just keeps cycling over and over again. This seems like the real one, though. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We'll just start burning now. It's fine. Only 707 Delta V? Oh, that's pretty good. I love being able to accelerate time while burning. So nice. There we go. We got it. We don't need to burn any more. We just need to wait until we are, and it's gonna be beautiful. But you're gonna see us slowly catch up to this red circle. Meow. See, we're catching up to it, getting closer and closer. And we are in Duna orbit. There we have it. All right, we need to manipulate this by burning retrograde. We need to go up to it. We're a little bit low, but that's okay. This is our first time going to another planet in Kerbal Space Program 2. Can we see it? We should be able to see it. It should be if the sun... Oh, there it is. Yeah. If the sun's right there, it should be right there. And you can even see Ike. This tiny little dot right there. All right, we need to wait for the burn. Yeah, it seems like this gets capped out at 5 hours. Which is not great, because there are plenty of burns that... whatever, we can just start burning now, that's fine. I can actually use this to why did it stop setting it as target? Where's my angle of... you know what? We can keep burning. It's fine. Get a little closer. A little bit worried about entering Ike's sphere of influence, though, because it's quite a big moon. Yeah, like that. All right. We're coming up to it. If there is such a thing as up in space. We're currently going very slowly. And we'll speed up all the way down to it. Now, we want to do a little bit of trajectory correction, which we just kind of have to eyeball because there's no... Can we use Ike to slow down? We should be able to. No, that's gonna slingshot us. Oh yeah, we can. See, look. If we do that, we can use Ike to actually slow down. Yeah, but we don't want to do it like that. That's not really gonna help. We're just gonna do this. That should flatten out our trajectory slightly. Whatever. We'll do it. We'll do it. It's good enough. The one thing we can't speed up is rotation. Like, if I speed the game up to 2 times speed, it just stops. Which is the limit, another limitation. Maybe in Kerbal Space Program 3, they'll add that. There's Duna. Ooh, I like this screenshot. Hold on, I'm gonna delete this node. So I can get this screenshot. I know the direction I need to burn it. I don't know how long I need to burn, but I know the direction. Arguably, we should start burning a little sooner. So we're slowing down, and we're also evening our orbit out simultaneously. Now we just need to go retrograde. at the periapsis, which is 194, so that's a safe periapsis. Duna's atmosphere goes up to like 60,000, or at least in Kerbal 1. All right. Did it? And we're pretty good. We made it. We're here. We are officially in Duna orbit. Just hit our periapsis. I don't think we want to get much lower. We still have 12,000 meters per second. So this thing could easily get back to Kerbin. Easily. And then enter Kerbin's low Kerbin orbit and then come back to Duna if we really wanted to do that. This deserves another screenshot. I wish there's a way to get rid of the UI. I think something like this would be a perfect. I wish there was a key to make the UI disappear. Or if there's a screenshot key. Wait, I think I can just press F11, right? Yeah, that takes a screenshot. I don't know if there's a way to get rid of the UI though. Oh, toggle flight HUD, F2. Ah, and then F11. There we go. So F2 and then F11. I actually like... Wait, what was that? Arrow GUI. What did I press? F11? Oh, F12. Oh, that's what F12 does. I want a screenshot just like this though. F2, right? Like, I wish there was a key to do this thing. It's like, oh, there is a key to do this thing. Very, very nice. Now we just need to bring a lander, right? If we want to land on Duna, we have 72.19 tons of hydrogen in orbit. But yeah, Jebediah is in for the long haul at this point. in the station. That's why we brought this thing, the Wayfarer. That's kind of how I understand it. I mean, I think it can hold 7 Kerbals. This thing can hold 5, and then this thing can hold 7. Or is it 8? We'd have to go back. We're gonna go back to the vehicle assembly building. Duna station orbit. I always put a 1 after my saves. All right. Vehicle assembly building. Let's go to the Space Center quickly. Space Center and then tracking station. See, here's the problem though, right? Here's the problem. The only reason we were able to get there quickly, and this is a problem, like an actually core problem with the game. The only reason we were able to get there as quickly as we were able to is because we had this 10,000 times speed, right? If we're stuck to 1,000 times speed, it's going to take 10 times as long to get there. And this shouldn't be the case. This whole like, oh, approaching Kerbin, we lowered the speed for safety. Like, turn that off. I don't know if there is a way to turn that off. There's no like safety. Like, I understand if you're entering atmosphere, but I shouldn't be locked to 1,000 times speed when everything I have is in a vacuum. So it makes it actually not viable. You know what we'd have to do? We have to revert back to this save 1206 before we enter Duna's orbit, right? See, I still have the option to go 10,000 times speed. What happens if I do this? Does it slow it down when I get to my periapsis? We'll see these two disappear. Yeah, see, it got rid of the 100,000. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna freaking keep this in very far orbit. I don't care about time. Like, I'm not trying to do a real like, this mission's been almost 2 years now. It should not take 2 years to get to Duna. if you launch at the right time. See, it gets rid of the 100,000 at the periapsis. What altitude is that? 500? Okay. So it seems like 500 is where it see, this is what I didn't want to occur. Oh, I screwed up. Yeah, we're okay. We just want an orbit that stays outside of Ike's sphere of influence, because we don't want to get jerked around by him. That has an apoapsis and a periapsis above 500,000. And for some reason, our periapsis is increasing right now. Okay, that's just because of the RCS. I'm gonna put it 20,000 above. All right, let's see if this 10,000, 100,000 speed disappears now. I'm just going slow because I keep missing the periapsis. We're gonna see if this disappears. Yeah. So it seems to disappear somewhere around... we have to be careful, because if we get caught in... Yeah, we should be alright. Let's see if this disappears now. 674. Okay, it's 600. It's 600. 650. So now we're in an orbit around Duna where we can still send something else to Duna. In retrospect, what I should have done was I should have simultaneously launched a lander. Right? Where's Duna? Somewhere out here? Below us, yeah. But we didn't do that. So let's save. And leave it at that. So where is Duna now in respect to Kerbin? On the other side of the sun. So it's going to take another year for these orbits to be ideal for another launch. But for now, what we're going to do is start constructing a hydrogen lander for Duna. And it's going to be a heavy lander. We're going to need something like that on top of it. For docking. Something kind of like this. Now, part of me wants to put this thing on. Yeah, it's 8. So 8 plus 5, 13. So 13 Kerbals can fit on that space station. Part of me wants to bring this thing and land it on Duna. Part of me recognizes the fact that getting this to land on Duna would be very difficult. And I think the hab would have the payload module, the cabin, would need to be stuck inside. And the engine has to be... Yeah. It kind of doesn't look cool, though. Like, I don't know if we want that. This thing already holds 4. Yeah. I think it's... These are under payload, right? Payloads. Yeah, so we want... Well, one, we want it to be... Huh, that's very odd. The way this is connecting is very odd. Okay. 1. And then... Alt-click. And 2. And then... Like that. Kind of like something like that, right? We could fit the Wayfarer on top of that. I really just want to do a super heavy launch. Another super heavy launch. These don't seem to be connected. Okay, something very strange in terms of the connections is occurring because we have... Okay, there we go. Now it's connected. Now, what if I do this? All right. Good. What if I do this? Good. Also good. Okay. I don't know why it was messing up before. These are kind of clipping into each other. I don't know how I feel about that. I think we're gonna have to use medium tanks, unfortunately. Yeah, these just barely... That should be okay. It's not showing us our delta V. Yeah, it's not showing us our delta V for some reason. Something got a little bit weird. Yeah, also symmetry is not... These each weigh 1 ton. 10 of these is equal to 1 of those. I think we only need about a thrust to weight of 0.7. This thing is also going to need some drogue chutes to help slow it down. Probably like that would be very helpful. It says we have a thrust to weight ratio, but it's also says we have 207 meters per second of thrust. That doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, dude, this is why I don't try and do this stuff. Early access. If you're typing in that field, If you're typing in that field and you press M, and if I were to press M to type in Mark 1 here, it would send me to the map, which is a clear, like, that's not what we want to occur. This seems to hold it. These landing legs seem to hold it. It is not even calculating the delta V. This seems like it has a very long burn time. Oh, and now I can... Okay. Now I can make it at 100,000 speed when I have something on the... Okay. Alright, game. Alright. These are the kinds of things we run into with it being an early access game. But it's something we accept. It's acceptance. I've been having fun with the game overall. But one of the things that's been very difficult to achieve has been launching one craft into orbit around something, and then launching another craft, docking with that original craft, and then landing that second craft that we launched. It's been very difficult. I don't know what is that even. Hold on. Okay. All right, that's, yeah, we want it like that. Stack separator. No. Stack separator. I'm gonna lower the ejection force. And now we're just gonna try and launch this thing. I mean, not quite yet. Wait, why is that so far inside of the... Oh, I guess I put them inside. That's gonna be interesting to see how that works. It seemed to be stable on the launch pad though, so whatever. The only thing I want to do is... Okay, that'll reconnect the way we want it to. I wanted to add RCS. Now, you know what? We can add RCS like this. We should have a ladder that can go down, right? Ladder there, and then another one here. And then I need to see... Okay, these lander legs got messed up when I did that. That should be close enough. That's like arm height, right? Those aren't floating, right? No, they're not. All right. So it doesn't seem like anything's particularly bugged out or glitching. Now we need our heavy duty. It's not telling me thrust to weight or anything. We need RCS. Okay. Maybe we don't want 8 of these. Is this going to be difficult? Yeah, it is. I'm thinking 6, and then we do like that. But then again, is that even enough space for a Kerbal to fit in there? I don't think it is. Also, sometimes when I try to delete pieces, like I'm clicking, it doesn't actually get rid of it, and I have to like click something else and then get rid of it. It's a thing, and each one of these is now individual, so now I have to delete all of these individual things. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That's what you have to do. Like, you're trying to like click something and get rid of it, and like clicking, it doesn't delete it. You have to click something else and then get rid of it. It's just a quirk. It's just like one of those quirks, you know? As for the fuel tanks on here, we definitely can't do large. Do we think 4 is going to be enough? It might. Yeah, but if we're going to land and take off again, what if we do it like that? That way you still have windows to view through. And then if we do like that. And then we can simply have the lander legs like this, which will symmetry 4. Yeah, let's lift them up. That should work, right? But we could even put one like that. Yeah. Nice. And then I'm just thinking of like this structure of it, right? And then we can have the ladders. That we want just one. Yeah. That may go under the ground a little bit. Let's raise that up. That should just touch the ground. Good enough. All right. So these can be retracted. That can be put like that. This has 4,800 delta V. So we need to think about how we stage. We need to think about RCS as well. That only put it... There we go. Kind of weird how, like, it's floating on the cage a little bit, but whatever. That should be good enough. Yeah, this is the same save that we were working on with the yeah, I think we had started messing with building a station, and then we started making our land racer instead. And now we're working on another station. Station and lander. All right, so I'm trying to think of the staging, and we ideally want this stage to be the stage that burns us to Duna. So we need to really think about how our initial stage is going to go and how far it's going to get us. Because the ideal way to make it to Duna is to, with no debris left behind, is to crash that debris. Ah, yes, indeed. That's exactly where I want it to mount. Crash that debris into the mun on the way there. Right? I really don't want to use multiple stages. Or more stages than I have to. Oh yes, that's exactly how I wanted to connect. I mean, obviously we don't want to use more stages than we have to. But what I'm talking about is I don't want to need to use SRBs without absolutely needing to. Sometimes the way this snaps is just... All right. Oh, weird. So they kind of do that. So we don't want these. Or we could rotate the whole thing. No, I kind of like them being low profile like that. I think we're going to use these. That kind of looks stupid. Let's just cap it off with the there we go. Okay, now as for these, I think we're gonna want .987. I don't think the thrust to weight calculation is correct. Somehow we're getting 2 now. That doesn't add up. It's great, but it doesn't add up. I need 6 and then like that. And we need wings. Like that. We need burner engines for stability. And that should be good. Yeah, RCS we don't need to mess around with until... Oh, we didn't add RCS to this, did we? These 2 tanks need to be... RCS. And we also need Munitron. Oh wow, that glare is just so bad. All right. You know what? You know what? That glare is so bad that it's gonna get me to paint my black and orange. I don't think it's necessary to have this much RCS on here, but we want as much maneuverability as we can get. All right. Oh, and we were going to put solar panels. I don't know if these are gonna fit. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, they fit. Not ideal, but they fit. Definitely more ideal in that position. All right, what else do we need? We need a battery, which we can put up top. And I would like... This is going to be annoying to do. I would like a remote guidance unit just in case we don't have a... Yeah, this is going to be annoying. No. If we do this, it messes up all of our... See? I should not have done that. Okay, we just got the bug. We just got the Control Z bug, where if you undo something, it puts the entire ship into the ground. And it's the most frustrating bug I've come across in the game, because it makes you feel like, oh, it's fine, I'll just lift the ship up out of the ground. No, it's done. You're done. The save is corrupted at that point. You're done. Now, we may have just lost all of that progress. In which case I need to take a deep breath, maybe make another cup of coffee, and then come back and do something completely different. Like make an airplane or something. Yep. Yeah, great. So we just lost all of that progress. See, it makes you think like, oh, I'll just click the lander can and lift the ship out of the ground. Right? There's no way to redo either. What? I just clicked undo and it just completely deleted the ship. This thing... That's an autosave. This is our hard save. Yeah, nope. See, it corrupts the entire save. Here's our giant rocket that we launched. This is a different version of it, though. We didn't use the Clydesdales because it was very unstable. Okay, good. So at least we were able to get back to this point. All right. We're going to save this as a Duna Lander 2, just to have a safe, completely fresh save, so it doesn't get corrupted. Okay, so what were we working on? I got completely distracted and lost track of what we were doing. Oh, this is messed up. All right, so when we put these on here, our thrust to weight is 992, which is close to what we need. Very close to what we need. Which is unfortunate because that means that we need to add more stages, and the game doesn't handle that very well. So we need to put these struts that we placed before. Place them at the base of it like that. I hate that feature so much. nothing when you click it should change your view like that. Nothing. I don't know why they programmed that. Nothing should change your view. It's very disorienting to like click something and then have it try and refocus your view around it. Yeah, we need it to be, we need 6 wings. This is going to be a very stable rocket. Yes, and we hadn't added RCS yet. We switched these out for monopropellant. Can't get rid of what I'm trying to select. I can't get rid of what I'm selecting. It's not putting it... Okay. Something is so janked with the way it does symmetry. Look, yeah. Invalid symmetry attached. It's so fucking jank, dude. Something bugged out. I can't get rid of anything. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna put them all down one at a time. There we go. There we go. Let's save as Duna Lander 3. I don't know why they have this vehicle bar here, and then when you go into the... I don't get it. Now everything's showing these points. I don't understand why this is happening. That's okay. We need to make sure this is set to 6 while we're doing this. Meanwhile, my frames have just been getting slower and slower, like as we've been building this. It should add a good amount of extra support. But yeah, the problem is we need to add even more couplers. And the game does not handle this very well. When you try to add 3 layers of stages, good luck. And there's still no way to separate things out, so you have to be really careful. There's seemingly no way to separate things out. You have to be really careful how you group things in the staging. I think we're pretty much there. Now, it likes to wobble a little bit when you first load it onto the launch pad. So we want to keep it clear. All right, let's save this as the 4. All right, it's looking well rounded. We just need more struts on everything. Basically just build an entire rocket out of struts and you'll be fine. And meanwhile, my frames have gone from about 30 to 12 in the meantime while building this thing. All right, I think we're getting close to launch. Let's do a last check of the staging. These break off on the edges, those break off. These are feeding fuel into the main tank. And then this decouples. And then we are slingshotting the moon to Duna. Once we reach Duna, we rendezvous, crash this thing into the surface of Duna. And then we dock this with the space station. Now we have solar panels. No, we don't. It got rid of our solar panels. Well, the save we had to load. Didn't have solar panels. Yeah, that should be good. We did not place a battery on top. Please just let me put it to the side. Thank you. Need yeah, this has 4,000 U. Like, that's we'll do that for good measure. Tuna Lander 5. We're saving a new iteration. I'm going to save a completely second, fresh iteration. And then I'm going to save the game as something unique. And then we are going to attempt to launch it. So we have a... we saved here at this point that we can reload. And we have a completely separate identical iteration of this save, so that if the file gets corrupted and the thing goes into the ground, that's what it looks like when the save file gets corrupted. It just like sticks in the ground. Then we can reload the second iteration of it. So I think we're set at this point. Final checks. I don't know. Do we want to place anything here? Yeah, we want to place the ladder there, right? No, we have the ladder on this side. I'm wondering, do we want to rotate the whole thing? Does it matter? No, if we rotate it here, it doesn't matter. Well, wish me luck. The game is not going to be able to handle this. Oh, you know what? It handled it. That's actually beautiful. That was surprising. I thought that rotating it around would just mess up all of my struts, but it didn't. We should add some struts here, just for good measure. We need 4. Like that. All right, this is I think it's go time. Unless we want to fit anything right here. What else can we possibly put on here? Do we attach a reactor to it? I'm gonna attach a relay. $130. Ooh, yeah, that one's almost as good. This thing is really good. The Communitron, which we have. I can't get rid of what's in my... it just attached something and I don't know where it put it. And I'm getting 16 frames per second. It just attached something and I don't know where it put it. What did it even attach? I can't do Control Z. If I do, oh, here, found it. It's not letting me get rid of it in my hand. There we go. You have to like select something that's at the bottom of the UI and then click it. I think we're okay. We could put a line of fuel tanks right there, but then it would make it uneven. Yeah, I think we're okay. Wait, why are these RCS attached here? These should be like this. Yeah, I think we're set. It's telling me lack of stellar exposure while we're in the VAB. It's so fucked. All right. These go off. All of that fires off. Wait, is that center engine in this group? No, it's not. Where is it then? Yeah, it is. Okay, there we go. And we have 1.399. So let's do a fresh save. Let's save as a new iteration. And then let's save as a second iteration so we can revert back to 7 if this bugs out. And we will be sending 3 Kerbals. But why is time going by so quickly in the background? Okay, what? Look, I'm launching it. We're going, right? 1.39. This delta V is incorrect. I don't care what it says. That we have way more delta V than that. Yeah, I'm waiting for the game to load. I have a strong suspicion that it's just not gonna load. I have a strong suspicion that something deeply wrong with this entire save. That something went deeply wrong with this entire save. And that's early access. You basically, so in this current state of the game, you have to have independent vehicles across independent careers. It's the only true way to really separate out different vehicles. Otherwise, your vehicles in orbit or on the launch pad or whatever, it all gets like jumbled together in the spaghetti code, and it makes everything break at like a very fundamental core level, and the game just doesn't load. Like, you try to launch and it just doesn't load because your save is in the background, your save is corrupted. Right. And then shit like this happens where it takes 15 minutes to just get into the VAB. So I know that this save is something in the background is very wrong. I can feel it. But we're going to try and launch again anyway. Oh, see, look. Would you like to recover default name 2 from Launchpad 1? Recover? Okay. Launch? That may be what was bugging it out. I don't know. The way you recover vehicles or destroy vehicles sometimes bugs out. It's like a very... It'll be interesting to see if this even loads. There we go. The sound's cutting out a little bit. It's like we're kind of stalled here. All right. Between Mark III RFT and TT 440. Given the fact that it takes like 5 minutes, it's actually faster to force quit the game than it is to allow it to resolve the explosion. Damn, I've been streaming for 2 hours, and this game makes time just disappear, I feel like. We did do the station launch, right? We got our orbital station in Duna's orbit, and that's the first time we've got into orbit of another planet in Kerbal Space Program 2. So the MK3 something decoupled from the TT something. This is why I don't use more than 2 stages. Because very strange interactions occur. Okay. Yeah, one of these decoupled from one of these. That's what it said. So that leads me to believe we don't have enough struts supporting these connections. It's taking 3 seconds for me to just click anything with the parts manager open. That should help. Oh, I forgot to check to see if we were on the correct save. See, yeah, okay. All right, we're okay. There's so much glare with the silver. All right, are we good? You know, we really should have a strut right here. Right here. That may be how it failed. All right. Now that that's reinforced, we've got our staging. That. Good. Good. And let's put some lights on this thing. That's the one thing I wanted to do. All right, let's try and launch it again and see if it holds together. It should. I don't trust that Delta V at all. You click that launch button and you're just like, well, I'll be right back. I will actually be right back, though. All right, there's a failure between HFT, T250, and LSTL. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so HF something and LST something. Wait 5 minutes for the parts manager to open up. So the HFT and LST. Is the LST this? Okay. So We didn't strut these. Should have rotated these before I put them on. Makes it way easier to determine the positions they're in. All right, that should be pretty stable. I think we are... I think we're good now. The thing is, once we get on the launch pad and things don't break, it actually loads really quickly. So let's save as a new save. Save as a completely fresh iteration. And then launch. Oh, hey, I think it didn't explode. Oh, we have to wait for the initial wiggle to occur. But being able to see the fuel amounts is a good sign. There's the initial wiggle. I think we're okay. Oh, hey, look, there's stars in the sky. Oh, something is severely bugged out. But the lighting is... I don't know. I don't know. All right, are we ready to launch? I think we're ready to launch. This save is corrupted. There's something very wrong. All right, let's do it. Spacebar. Countdown. Let's go. I love how it takes like 10 seconds for the rockets to even start after. All right, coming up on time to do staging. The whole thing may explode right now. It may very well just all explode. And we are clear of the debris and continuing onward. I think I will begin rotation now. Let me save it. Let me just save it quickly. If it will even load here. But I'm gonna begin rotation now. All right, staging time. Here we go. Oh, sound cut out. The whole game is just stopped. Oh, there we go. There it goes. Beautiful. All right, staging. There we go. And we're finally in orbit. Those boosters, there were 4 of them, but they broke up into pieces, and it created this giant cluster of stuff falling back down. I think that's part of the reason why our performance just absolutely slowed to a crawl. But we made it, and we have 4,000 Delta V, which is plenty to get to Duna and then crash this stage, this whole stage, into the surface of Duna. So let's get our... Oh, we have 10,000 times speed. Interesting. Let's get to our apoapsis and burn prograde. Yeah, we're getting about 15 FPS now. 10 to 15 FPS. Once you get to orbit, performance increases, but it's still not great at all. But we got this giant heavy lander into Kerbin's orbit, which is an achievement in itself. I'm gonna increase periapsis over 100 and then we'll cut it. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why the trajectory of this changed so drastically. But let's speed it up and make sure all the debris that we left crashes. That way, we should get better performance if this crashes into the surface. Yeah, see how the game like pauses? Yeah. And now we're getting over 20 frames. Once that got destroyed, our performance is back to being somewhat manageable. Let's get in line with the MUN. And I think this is going to be the last thing we're going to attempt for this stream for today. Getting this lander I don't even know where Duna is right now. It's on the opposite side of the if we can do 10,000 times speed though, we're okay. If we can do 10,000 times speed, we'll be fine. But if not, then we can't do it because it's gonna take hours. It would take hours versus minutes. Okay. And now we can't do 10,000. So I think before we do anything, we need to get into a solar orbit. All right, that looks pretty good. It's going to take some time to aim in the right direction, but we need to get into a solar orbit, and then we just crank time. Because this is, like, you should be able to go 10,000 times if you're in... If you're above 100,000 meters, you should be able to go 10,000 times. Yeah, it's so weird. This bug, it's like... There's no water. It's like all the water just disappeared. It's a very fucked up bug. Nine-minute burn? It was interesting. So, okay, now it's saying we're crashing into the whatever. It was interesting. Even though we were getting low frames, putting it into like speed up mode seemed to actually increase our performance. All right, as far as this goes, yeah, we're headed in the right direction. Yeah, I don't know why that took so much delta V, but whatever. Should break off pretty soon. There we go. All right. Let's speed it up. And we get slingshot. We get sucked into the moon, and then we skim right by it. Meow. That was a perfect slingshot. And now we're in solar orbit. Or headed towards solar orbit. We're exiting Kerbin's sphere of influence. It's interesting. The game doesn't seem to have a problem calculating that. When you transition from being in Kerbin's sphere of influence to solar orbit, in the first game, it always like took a second to calculate. But this one, they seem to have optimized that, but have not optimized other stuff. It's not ideal burning here, but this is where we should make contact with it if we, well, if we set Duna as our target, right? Can't really right click, set target. We have to set Ike as the target, and then we have to like zoom all the way in and then set Duna as the target. And then if we press home, we can go back to our ship. I'm getting 8 FPS now. Like something is severely, like something's corrupted in this save, because I've never gotten such bad performance, even with that heavy station launch. We're gonna have to wait almost an entire year. Yeah, we have to wait an entire year to burn, but, you know, there's nothing else I could do, right? So they're gonna have to spend an entire year in... Let's see how the game handles this. We're spending an entire year in solar orbit. Yeah, that start burn timer gets capped out at 5 hours. And it's not helpful. But you can clearly see how much time is passing. This is the actual time. We want about a minute just to, it's fine. We want to aim towards target. If we're, it doesn't matter. If we're like within an hour or two of the burn, like the scale on which, yeah, it doesn't matter. I really should restart my game. Yeah, I think it's coming time to restart. I think I'm gonna save as a completely new save. And then I'm going to quit game, save and exit. There's something bugged out. Like all of the water disappeared. Hopefully this will have improved performance by doing a complete restart. But I doubt it. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Are we inside of our ship? Yeah, we are. That's what. Okay. We're still getting 10 FPS, so there's that. All right, let's start burning. This burn is going to be about 5 minutes. But even with poor performance, speeding up time still speeds up time. So, however they coded that, it was smart. Because you should be able to speed up time even if you're getting 5 frames a second, you should be able to speed up time and have it actually speed up time, not tank your frame rate even more. All right, I think we're there. Cut. Turn off throttle. Turn off throttle. Okay. And we lost it. Okay, so we're gonna have to do it manually, but it's okay. Tried turning off the throttle, but what? Why is this losing its orbit now? Man. Man. This game. It must have touched Ike. Why are we not? Yeah, see, because we're below it. We're gonna have to fix our space station's orbit, which should be okay. That thing has like 14,000 delta V, so that's okay. If we just burn towards the target, we'll be okay. Oh, that's our closest encounter. Yeah, the only reason I put that station in a weird orbit was because we couldn't do fast time warp. But now I'm gonna have to burn probably, yeah, see, there's Duna right there. Let's burn towards it and see what happens. You know what? This is on a very close intersect. I just don't know how difficult this is going to be now. Also, my frame rate, it's like I just clicked control. Like, what? Why does it only have 10 tons? Okay, so here's another bug with the game, and I'm gonna leave it with this and end the stream because I just can't handle this anymore. I'm calm about it. I accept it, but this is another severe game-breaking bug in the game. Severe game-breaking bug. If you have something in orbit, in anything's orbit, out in space, another craft, and you launch a second craft, sometimes what will happen is it will actually burn on that first craft that you launched. In this case, this station we launched earlier, and this thing has been burning. This had over 90 tons in it. I didn't touch this thing, but it's been burning this whole time in whatever way, I have no idea, while we were not controlling it. and it put it in a weird orbit while we weren't paying attention. And now it's no longer where we left it. And it has 1/10 the amount of fuel that it had before. So I'm going to leave the game here. I'm going to quit. I'm going to say GG's. And when we come back, we're going to work on a... we're going to attempt an SSTO on a completely fresh career save, because you can't have two vessels in this game. You can't, because that happens. You have to have a individual career save for each individual craft that you create. So there's that. We're going to work on an SSTO, and then we're also just going to work generally on planes. I kind of want to craft I want to create a space shuttle, but that might be a little bit too difficult. But those are some of the goals we're going to look forward to. But GG's for now.